And we are live and doing things here for the Code for Change. So, welcome everyone. We're in the Code for Change finale. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome. I'm so excited. My name is Madison. I'm one of the teachers.
Yeah, and I'm Pella. I'm another teacher. I also often am doing this Twitch thing on this channel. So if you like what you're seeing with this, you can stop by and see me or the other teachers we have on Twitch somewhat frequently.
Yeah, but for now, we are here for the Code for Change Challenge broadcast. We are so excited. I am so excited. I cannot wait to look at these projects. We want you to know that our chat is open. So if you have questions for us or you want to interact with each other during the broadcast, you can go ahead and type in there. Yeah, so let's go.
Yeah.
As you know, all of our students, Code for Change was this awesome opportunity for kids and families to explore the UN 17 Sustainable Development Goals and figure out what they were passionate about, and then make a project that was really about making a change in the world and using their computer programming superpowers to make that change. So we had 31 projects submitted, which was amazing. And they covered things like climate change, protecting animal life, ending poverty and hunger, quality education, and gender equality. It was so exciting, and we are so proud of every single one of you. There were so many great games and ideas and a lot of votes. Thank you so much for voting for your friends.
For sure.
Is it time to announce the winners, Paula? What do you think?
I believe it is, in fact, time to announce the winners.
All right, so we're going to start by looking at these categories. Paula, you want to walk us through the categories?
Sure. So we have 9 categories. So we have best overall design, we have most original, we have most informative, most fun to play, most creative. We have best young beginner, most elegant, most relevant today's climate, and then finally teacher's choice.
Yeah, these categories are exciting.
So let's just jump into it, right?
Wait, what did they win?
Oh, right. Yes. So all of the winners here will win $50 donated to a charity of their choice. We will be in contact with all of the winners to let you know how you choose the charities of your choice. So you should check your email if you are included in this. So yeah.
And reminder, if you didn't win in one of these categories, that is okay. We are so proud of you for participating, and we had a great time playing your game or looking through your project. We have learned so much from all of you. We've been really inspired by your work. So if you don't win a category, it doesn't mean that we didn't love the project.
Yes, absolutely. And like for choosing a bunch of these categories was pretty hard. And like we had a bunch of people discussing it and yelling at each other. Maybe not yelling too much, but a little bit.
It's impassioned.
Yeah. And so, yeah, there were a bunch of other projects that also were amazing and fantastic, and we only had time to fit in 9. So with that, here we go.
Here we go.
So for best overall design, we have
Allison Yu with The Idle Free the Breeze.
Yeah.
I love this game. It's so fun to play, and I really like that it helps you create a game plan for like what to do in real life when you see someone idling their car.
Yeah. So this was sort of the idea, or what it was. And yeah, like especially as Madison said, the game was fun, and then it also has a lot of context around it of saying like this is how you should use the ideas that you learn in this game to go out and change the world. And I think that's like a really important thing that is really cool to see in this project. Yeah.
Great. Do you want to play through it all, or should we move on? What do you think?
Let's. So just a little bit of playing this, where you want to have the cars that are idling, which is this red car and this green car, and go up to them and tell them to move around. Yeah. And so we have. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, but that's what this game is. Yeah.
Cool. I like that it looks like New York too.
Yeah.
All right. So congratulations, Allison, on best design / overall. That was fantastic. Next up, we've got most original. And the winner is Elliot Wise with Plastic Calculator.
Right. So that looks like this. So this might be a little a little more out there for some of our students is note that this is written in Python, which is a language that we usually don't teach all that much in the coding space. But so it's awesome to see that Elliot went out and used this new language. And the brief language soapbox I'll get on is that different languages are good at different things. And so it's really cool that Elliot's just like, I want to do something with a calculator. And like Scratch and WoofJS could do this, but it's much nicer and easier to do it in Python. So like picking the right tool for the job is a great thing to do. And it's really cool to see that happen here.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Elliot said on his submission that this project is a great app that gives you shocking info on how your water bottles are affecting the planet. When you go to the link, the app will be on the right and the code will be on the left. So can you point out in the code, maybe Pella, where that like math is happening about how many plastic bottles you use and what the result is?
Right. Yeah, so that's this stuff up here where you get how much plastic you do per week, and then it does all this math where it multiplies it by how by this, which is how much plastic is in a bottle, and then by months in the year, and then multiply this, and that gets you your answer. So if I say I use 45 plastic water bottles a week, which is an absurd number, um, it okay, maybe Trinket's having okay, there we go. If I say 45, um, it tells us all these facts. So we're saying we're using 7.6 pounds of plastic waste from bottles and stuff. Um, yeah, so that's a lot. If I'm using 45 plastic water bottles a week, I don't want to keep doing that. Yeah, so that's this project. Anything else to add, Madison?
No, just congratulations, Elliot, and we're so glad that you worked on this. I'm really
Yeah,
impressed.
cool.
All right, I think we're ready to move on to the next category. Most informative. Pella, would you like to do the honors?
So for most informative, we have Mira with undocumented immigrants and COVID-19, which is a cool project. We had a number of projects along these lines where it's basically just saying, here's a lot of info about this thing. Where one thing that one of our coworkers said is just like, this game wasn't very fun, and like, I think I agree with that. But like, oftentimes the world isn't very fun, and kind of when your goal is to like show these sorts of things, to show like how COVID is impacting undocumented immigrants, you could have a game, but also if you're just like, I want the people I'm interacting with to learn about this. Oftentimes, the best way to learn is just like, here are the things I want you to learn. I
Yeah, and
learn them, please.
importantly, Code for Change isn't just for games. Like projects like this definitely have a space here. Mira said in her submission, my project is to figure out how to take care of yourself if you are an undocumented immigrant, or how to help your undocumented friends or colleagues. And I really like that she's coming at it from two sides, so that she's trying to provide the space with resources for people who are undocumented, and she's trying to sort of like empower members of the community to also help their undocumented friends. I think that is super compassionate and really, really helpful.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean, all the information here is just really cool to see, and it's like is stuff that I'm just like, yeah, I hadn't considered it in this way before. And so like it certainly changed my perspective on the world in some way, which like is exactly what we want these things to do. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I think I actually learned the most from this project, which, yeah, it is the most informative.
Yeah.
It deserves this category.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Yeah. So next we have the most fun to play. So for this category, Madison.
Yeah, all right. Devin with Plastic Pong. I played this game for close to 25 minutes in a row. I had so much fun.
Awesome.
It's really challenging. It keeps you on your toes and you want to like beat your last go at it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I will demonstrate playing it for 25 minutes right now, live on Twitch. But yeah, but yeah, no, it's a bunch of fun to play, and it's just kind of the right mix of light and also like it definitely has the code for change underpinnings under it, and it's just it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a quote from Devin here. I wanted people to know how important it is to prevent animals from eating plastic. So if you play the game again, like if you click the green flag,
Yeah.
I love that you literally are keeping the plastic away from the animals at the bottom so they don't
Yeah.
eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, you're
uh,
doing really well.
yeah.
Ah!
Curses. But yeah. So that's this game. It's great.
Yeah, congratulations, Devin.
Yes. Okay. On to the next one. We have the most creative. We have Owen, Sasha, and Blake Levinson with Save the Coral Reef. Yeah. Um, so with this one, especially what we were impressed by is, is how you looked at so many different aspects of climate change and how our actions can impact the temperature of, like in this case, in the water, but kind of the world as a whole. Um, so just as general things, we can say we want to use windmills, and nice, and it just kind of continues on. But there's a whole bunch of different ways in which human actions can impact the climate, and just like thinking of all the different ways that you can do that is sort of what we liked about this. Anything to add, Matt?
Yeah. I like that it includes like the whole family. There's pictures of all the different like kids. And I like that they look at big sort of structural choices like energy, so like the windmills versus like fossil fuels, but then they also look at things like whether or not you use a straw or like you leave the lights on. So it goes from like the everyday to sort of the bigger like societal choices.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, so good job to Levinson family.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Um,
I love this game.
yeah. Okay, yeah. And next we have for Best Young Beginner, which is age 7 below, we have Apple for Abby from Alex Morgenstern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love this game because for young beginners, like I think this touches on really important coding concepts, like what an event is and like how a script sort of works, like what a trigger versus a consequence is. And I also like that it gets into sort of like the X and the Y positions, like looking really closely at that and
Hi,
moving your characters
I'm
around.
Abby.
Oh, right.
Can I please have some
Also,
food
Alex did
and some
record
ice
their own
cream?
voice for these characters, and it is so well done. Like the narrative of this is fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you say you were hungry? Well, here's an apple for you. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Can you
So yeah,
click on Abby so we can hear her response?
Thank you so much. That's so kind of you.
yeah, it's very cute, very nice.
Yeah, and also like really touching on an important issue, especially in New York, like eradicating hunger is a big deal. And so we're really impressed and proud of Alex for digging into that problem.
Yep. Anything else? On to the next one.
On to the next one. Let's
On
go.
to the next one. Most elegant. We have
Natalie Yu with Bananas.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to pull this game up. And I think the elegance is evident as you play. It's just very, very smooth. It's like a relatively simple game, but that helps keep it like really clean. You know, there's not a lot of glitching. It's very clear what you do. I think those variables are working really well. Yeah, it is very elegant. It's very efficient. Yeah. It's focused.
Okay. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's a really cute dog.
Absolutely. They're all good dogs, but this one's quite good as well.
Yeah. Little space dog.
Yes.
Banana.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
Well, congratulations, Natalie.
Yes.
Okay, most relevant. We've got Shi, Wei Ming, and Tahsin with COVID-19 PSA. This is an amazing project.
Right. So this is a good, just an animated story of what's happening, with very nice music synchronization for sure.
Yes.
But
I love that there's like a little bit of a sense of humor within it. You know, sometimes like getting the point across works better when you're able to make it clear it's a very serious issue, which they do. But they include the SpongeBob tile and other pieces that I think are really funny.
Yeah, absolutely. but yeah, so just is a cute, very nice.
They convinced me to stay home.
Yeah, but just like a cute little animation, where again, this is like you're not really playing this, you're just experiencing it, but like we're not asking you to make games, we're asking you to create meaningful experiences. And I think this certainly fulfills that. So that's really cool. Um, yeah, and I think we are now on to our final category of Teacher's Choice.
Teacher's choice. Okay, so the game that we chose as teachers for something that we thought just had a lot of merit and we really enjoyed was Hayden Kim's Collecting Cans. There's so many things that I love about this. First, that it starts with a PSA just because of like the moment of time we're in about COVID-19, and then it jumps into this issue about like cans and recycling, and that I love that, you know, there were no rules. You can touch both. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, being able to mute the song, Hayden, that's a great addition. I mean, the song is very fun, but sometimes like you're not in a place where you can listen to the song. So thank you.
Yes, for sure. And we saw how bad I was at reading directions. It's just like, yeah, I'll press space and it'll be fine. It's like, no, Pella, that's not what the jump button was. But yeah, I mean, there's so much cool about this, and we've also not only just seeing this, we also wanted to jump into the code a little bit and sort of see what's going on. So hopefully everyone that's coming along is familiar with Scratch to some degree, but there's a lot of really cool stuff going on in here. There's for the this is the player character, right? Yeah. So in the player character, there's cool stuff here where when you press up, it lets you like it does a fluid jump where it says, okay, we're jumping until we're not jumping, and we just keep on going up for a bit. Where oftentimes having jumps are difficult with that. For having the background move along, we have stuff going on with this where it makes sure that it moves along smoothly. For the cans that we're collecting, we're using we have messages of like broadcasting respawn to make it go back to the right to make another can spawn and stuff all along these lines. Like there's so much here that's cool that's going on. These are a bunch of concepts that we hope that students learn while they're in our classes and learning Scratch things. So it's great seeing all of this kind of synthesized together.
Agreed. Do you think we could show, like, just play the game a little bit through? So we can. I really love the fluid jump. I think, like, I don't know. I just think it's so beautifully done.
Yes.
Hey, I need your help to help the Earth. Please try not to go to public places. This will help us stop spreading the disease.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but stuff along those lines.
But yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, just like the moving legs and like the way it really kind of like floats and then falls. It's really, really well done.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, so that's what we have to say about that. So we're on to wrapping up.
Yeah. Congratulations to Hayden and to everybody. Thank you so much for participating. We had a great time seeing all these projects and working with our students on them. I think this is my favorite thing I've done as a teacher at the coding space since I started. We just want to remind everybody that your creativity and your work really can change the world and make a difference. And it does not have to stop just because the Code for Change challenge is over. We hope that you use what you learned while you build your project and looking at these other students' projects to continue making a difference in your communities, and that you'll think of ways in which coding can continue to be a tool that you use to make that difference. Sometimes you need to go out there in the world with your body, use your hands, and sometimes you can create a tool using a computer. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Very well said.
Yeah. The games are going to live on the website, so make sure that you check out the winners' projects if you haven't already, as well as all the submissions, because I promise you they are all worth checking out and very fun.
Absolutely.
Before we go, we did want to remind everybody about some pretty exciting stuff coming up. Our summer camp registration is open. This June, we are so excited to be launching our first ever virtual summer camp due to sort of the moment of time we're in.
Yeah.
But Camp Coding Space Online will have full and half day options, and every session will combine project-based coding, which is like a lot of what we do in our classes right now, where you're working on your game, your animation, that kind of thing. But it's also going to include exciting STEM-based electives. So when you can kind of choose like what concept or tool you're going to explore with the teacher. We're going to have hands-on and off-screen activities, epic week-long team challenges, theme days, which I love. Get ready for some crazy hats and more. So registration is open. You can go on our website for all the details and to go ahead and get started.
Yeah, and just yeah. So I think we're just about ready to wrap up. Before we go, I want to remind everyone that you're watching this on Twitch, and this Twitch channel is used for more than just this. In fact, this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern, we have one of our teachers, Trek, is going to be working on a game in Woof. So this is kind of so far it's been me and Trek been just like making games and exploring concepts and just kind of talking through our thought process and seeing, hoping that students enjoy seeing that. So if that sounds interesting to you, feel free to come back here either at 5 p.m. today, or I usually stream on Wednesdays. And you can also follow the channel, which is like clicking a heart up there about probably. And yeah, I think that's it. I like, as Madison said, I want to thank all of the people that participated in Code for Change. Also, all the people from Coding Space and Private Prep that helped put this together. So like Madison was instrumental in getting this working, but we also had a bunch of help from people behind the scenes. And thanks so much to all of them for allowing us to do such a cool project through this company.
Yeah. Oh, I second that 1,000%.
Yes. But yeah, I think that's what we have for you guys today. Anything before we sign off, Madison?
I think that's it. Great
Awesome.
job, everybody.
Yes. Yeah, thank you all, and see you out there. Stay safe.
Have a good weekend.